Well, I'm currently a freelance photographer. I do different types of photography, ranging from whatever the client needs. For example, I do interiors. Sometimes it's event photography if there's an event and I can shoot it, even fashion photography, and also advertising. It depends, because I like to see what the clients need in kind of two versions. There's one where there's just an event and they just want the images of the event to document what's happening. And then there are those who want something more creative, and that's when obviously it's more demanding and it's even more challenging, because maybe they would have seen something I would have previously done and maybe they like that kind of style, but obviously they wouldn't want that, but they would want something similar. It's not really an 8 to 5 job in the sense that sometimes it gets really busy and sometimes it's more quiet. So, but I mean, it's like good and bad, because sometimes, I mean, you need some time to kind of, to calm down, and even you need to, for example, even update your website, and you work on personal projects. So that's, some time for yourself, and you get to do other things. And then when it's really busy, and there are certain, I noticed during the year, for example, as soon as when autumn starts in September, it gets really busy, and even around March, it's like, it's from one season to another. I think people kind of, and then in summer it gets more quiet. However, it depends, and then even the different jobs you do, because sometimes, and then there are events in summer, and then you can cover those as well. But it's in general kind of, you start detecting a pattern, which is good, because at first when you start out, you realize that you'll be really going, you have good works coming in, and then it stops, and then you say, oh my god, like it's bad, but and then you realize that it will come again. First about this job is that first of all, freelance, so kind of you're working for yourself, and at the same time it motivates you to work hard, because you have to answer for yourself, and you have to present, you have to give good work. So without automatically you take an interest and you want to improve, you want to try and get better at what you do, and it never comes a point where you say, I'm really good. No, you always keep striving to get better. With regards to negative part, which it can be positive as well, but sometimes when it's a low season, so sort of you would want to know that at some point some work is going to come in. Although it does, eventually come in, but sometimes it gives you, there is that point where you feel really uncertain. But and then eventually it does. But that point you start wondering. It makes you feel what's going to happen next. But and that's part of it. I think when it comes to a full-time job, maybe it isn't that easy, because the nature of photography, the way it is that it's you need it for for a certain service kind of, and then that's it. So maybe there are a few maybe newspapers and magazines who have fixed full-time ones, but however I think it's more, that's why freelance, it kind of makes it a bit more accessible to the person doing it, because you kind of get to do different things, but then as well you have to try push yourself forward, make a few contacts here and there, and try to get there. With regards to the level of photography, I think I think it is moving forward, and even the magazines, I mean, some of them, maybe not all, but some of them they have, you can tell they have a good quality. Well, they're good quality images, and even the photographer. Sometimes as well you follow a photographer because you like his style, and you start realizing that even he's getting really really good, or she's getting really good. So you can tell that those people who take it seriously actually. My end, I did my master's in England. I studied fine art, however, and then I specialized in photography and installation art.